Hi everybody, CJ Brown here, the lawn coach once again, and I wanted to put one up here. I just got a great question from Derrick in Florida. Now, it's a little bit wordy to actually read in its entirety right here. However, if you're on my website, you should see it posted right over here. Now, the question goes like this. It's basically, he's asking about controlling crabgrass in a Florida lawn. Here's the thing. Crabgrass is a warm season grass. It loves the heat, and it does very well in the heat. Well, the grasses that thrive in Florida, like Bermuda grass, Bahia grass, St. Augustine grass, zoysia, and a few other ones, also love the heat. And so you've got these sort of very similar types of grasses battling it out in the lawns for supremacy. Now, up where I am in the Northeast, you've got things like Kentucky bluegrass, tall and fine fescues, perennial ryegrass, things like that. Now, those are cool season grasses. Now, when you have something foreign like a crabgrass encroaching, it tends to create these tough situations where you've got something that shouldn't be there trying to take over, and there's a real battle going on, and you end up trying to fight to get the crabgrass out of there. Down in Florida, the problem is this. If you spray something on the crabgrass, generally speaking, it's going to harm the other grasses as well because they're very similar. They're in the same sort of family of grasses. And the warm season grasses tend to be susceptible to the same problems, such as certain chemicals that will kill crabgrass. Whereas the cool season grasses are different enough where you can usually use things to get rid of the crabgrass that won't harm them. So, this is the tough situation. You've got a St. Augustine lawn, and you've got crabgrass in it, possibly. What do? Well, really, you just try to encourage the healthiest lawn possible, and that's the tough part, is you can do that. Now you can go into the isolated patches if you get good at identifying crabgrass, and you can spray those with something like a Roundup and then encourage the St. Augustine to grow in, but really it's going to be sort of an uphill battle. Now, things that you might find out there that are things like, weed killer that's safe for St. Augustine grass, it's not going to harm crabgrass, okay? Most of those weed killer products are meant for broadleaf weeds, non-grass type weeds. Crabgrass is a little bit too similar genetically to things like St. Augustine that anything that kills the crabgrass is going to probably harm the St. Augustine grass as well. The problem down in Florida is that, generally speaking, depending on where you live, in most parts of the year, you don't have a freeze. And the freeze is what kills the existing crabgrass. Now, the other grasses like the St. Augustine and things like that will survive a freeze just fine. They'll probably go dormant, but they're not going to die. Crabgrass will die. So, up in the Northeast, at the end of the year, when the ground freezes, the crabgrass dies and it's gone. And prior to that happening, it develops a whole bunch of seed, which disperses and gets ready for growth the next year. Now, that's the perfect opportunity for us up here to try to get crabgrass under control. We just put down something that stops the seed from growing the following spring. In Florida, you don't have that freeze, you don't have that time where the crabgrass dies off and leaves you with the opportunity to stop it from coming back again. It's just there year-round because it doesn't get that freezing cold temperature. So, in conclusion, Derrick, I just don't have any great news for you here, man. I apologize. I really wanted to help you out here and give you some sort of magic solution that you could just say, ooh, I got to go do this, and the crabgrass is gone and we're all set. But it's just not that simple, especially down in Florida. You can certainly consult with some experts down there who, quite frankly, have studied a lot about Florida grasses. And that's one of the things I went to school about, but my experience down there is admittedly a little bit limited. So you may want to talk to some experts down in the Florida area and see what they can come up with for you. But the one thing you can know that's pretty good, and that's what you have going for you, is that these warm season grasses like St. Augustine are very aggressive on their own, and they can usually outcompete the crabgrass on their own to the point where you don't have to worry about spraying things or going overboard with chemical controls or anything like that. Up here in the Northeast, it's a little bit different. When it gets hot in the summertime, the crabgrass is just so aggressive it just crowds out all the other stuff as if it wasn't even there. In your neck of the woods, the stuff that's there, it's meant to be there. It's pretty tough stuff and it can hold its own. So, you got nature going for you on this one, okay? I wouldn't worry about it too much. I don't think it's going to take over and become a big problem. Thanks for writing in, Derrick. I really appreciate it, and make sure to tell all your friends about me as well. Thanks, bye.